The battle rounds are underway on season 27 of The Voice, and I can't imagine how hard it is for the coaches to start pitting members of their teams against each other. I've actually always wondered how much the coaches play favorites during this round by choosing which of their singers they'll send through before seeing the two perform on stage. That exact topic came up on the March 17 episode of the 2025 TV schedule, and I was fascinated to hear Adam Levine, Michael Bublé, and the others talk strategy. The topic of battle strategy came up after Michael Bublé's artists Kaya Hamilton and Barry Jean Fontenot faced off with the song Cry to Me. Hamilton took celebrity mentor Cynthia Erivo's words to heart and sung the hell out of the song in a way that Bublé was not expecting. He ended up giving her the win, but using his save to also keep Fontenot on his team. Apparently that's not how he planned for things to go, as the Voice coaches talked backstage. John Legend: has anybody made some unexpected decisions today? Michael Bublé: I did. I was like, Barry no matter what. But Kaya was so good, I couldn't not pick her. Adam Levine: it's surprising. We said at the beginning we were all gonna be surprised. I think we all were. John: and you gotta let the performance move you and don't be stuck in what you thought you were gonna do. Adam: it's a tough thing. This literal peek behind the curtain is so fascinating to me. Michael Bublé admitted that he went into that battle knowing Barry Jean Fontenot was advancing to the knockouts. However, he allowed himself to be swayed by the strength of Kaya Hamilton's performance. Adam Levine, in his 17th season and has won a few coaches to have won multiple times, suggested that kind of thing happens all the time. And while maybe they do know who's likely to have an edge going into the duet, all of the coaches have been surprised. As a result of its ever-dramatic blind auditions, its exciting battle rounds, and the intense competition that ensues as the artists struggle for their position in the spotlight, The Voice has been a riveting sight for a very long time. On the other hand, the relationship between the coaches is one part of the show that never fails to captivate fans. This is especially true when it comes to matters of strategy, decision-making, and of course, favoritism. The question emerges as the show progresses further into the competition. Do the coaches on The Voice, such as Adam Levine, have a preference for certain contestants during the battle rounds? How much of their decision-making process is influenced by personal relationships, creative vision, or, dare we say it, a little bit of bias or favoritism? I was fortunate enough to be able to observe some of the behind-the-scenes activities that took place during season 27, and as I had anticipated, it was an intriguing and in-depth exploration into the world of the voice coaching technique. When it comes down to it, the battle rounds are the times when the stakes are at their highest, and the pressure to make the right decision is enormous. It is during these rounds that the coaches are required to lay everything on the line, not only for the sake of their competitors, but also for their own survival in the competition. If this is the case, then Adam Levine and the other coaches are merely attempting to construct the finest team possible. Or is there anything more subtle at play here? Intricacies of the battle rounds and their roles. During the battle rounds of The Voice, two great performers compete against each other in a head-to-head showdown, typically performing the same song. This is what makes the battle rounds something truly unique. During these rounds, the candidates are put to the test, and they are encouraged to compete with one another in order to maintain their position in the competition. Today is a crucial time for the coaches to make a decision. Taking into account the requirements of their team as well as their personal competitive advantage, they need to make a decision regarding who will remain and who will leave. Because of this, the coaches are forced to take into consideration a wide variety of aspects, including the candidates' vocal abilities, stage appearance, and even how effectively they collaborate with one another. Now, however, things start to take an unexpected turn. It's not just a matter of who had the better performance. It is possible for a coach, such as Adam Levine, to have a personal connection with one of the contestants, or to have the opinion that a particular performer is more suitable for the overall vision that he has for his team. Are you showing favoritism? Perhaps it is just a normal element of the game. Strategy employed by Adam Levine. a delicate equilibrium between trust and loyalty. Beginning with the very first season of The Voice, Adam Levine has been a consistent presence on the show. He is well known for his forthright and frequently emotionally intense style to coaching. It should come as no surprise that his personality is larger than life, and that this attitude extends to the approach he employs throughout the battle rounds. Adam possesses an extraordinary capacity to read his competitors, making it possible for him to comprehend their capabilities and limitations, and then mold their performances in such a way as to maximize their influence. However, the aspect of his plan that stuck out to me the most was the tremendous dedication he shown toward his team. Throughout the battle rounds, it became very evident that Adam takes a great deal of satisfaction in the experiences that each contender has had on their own. However, he also appears to have a special connection with certain artists, despite the fact that he is known to push them to their abilities. Occasionally, this loyalty plays a significant part in the decisions that he makes. There was a clear indication of Adam's devotion to his contestants when he was having conversations with the other coaches. He frequently found himself divided between the decision of whether to give a candidate another opportunity to shine or to move on to someone who was technically superior. This is not an exceptional occurrence, as every coach would feel a feeling of responsibility for their squad. Yet there were times when Adam's attachment seemed to influence his judgment more than strategy alone. An instance that was particularly illuminating occurred while Adam was deciding between two of his competitors when they were competing in a battle. Both of the singers gave outstanding performances of the song, which indicates that the performance was quite tight. Adam, on the other hand, appeared to be on the fence. During the meeting with his team, he admitted, "I'm just really connected to both of you. I don't want to take either of you with me," she said. His choice was ultimately determined by his instincts and instincts alone. Even though it meant he would miss out on someone with somewhat more refined vocal technique, he trusted his connection with a candidate who had demonstrated great improvement all the way through the competition. Adam took into consideration not just the performance that took place that evening, but also the trip, the development, and the trust that was established between the coach and the candidate. The methodical approach taken by John Legend, mastering the art of selection. On the opposite end of the spectrum, John Legend takes a more calm and strategic approach to the situation. John has a tendency to approach the battle rounds with a certain level of strategic detachment because he is a coach who has a significant background in both classical and current music. He is well known for his meticulous examination of each performance, which enables him to make judgments that are founded on the potential for the long run, rather than on the emotional reactions that occur in the near term. In no way does this imply that he does not care about the people who are competing against him. On the other hand, it does not appear that he is as significantly influenced by the emotional connection that could motivate a coach such as Adam Levine. John's objective is to construct a group of individuals who are capable of adjusting to a variety of genres and obstacles. He frequently makes decisions in the battle rounds that are reflective of this mentality. The explanation that John provided at one of the battle judgments was as follows: "It is important to me that I am choosing artists who are versatile. I am looking for a group of people that are capable of managing a variety of genres and who can surprise me with their development." His choices, despite the fact that they are not always easy, appear to be more based on a distinct vision for the future. On the other hand, there were instances in which it appeared as though John's calm manner may be misunderstood as favoritism. It was often the impression that certain contestants were allowed more leeway than others due to his ability to read the room and discern potential for the long run. On the other hand, in the setting of The Voice, isn't that a part of the excitement? Coaches like John, who are smart and focused on the greater objective, may give the impression that they have favorites, but in reality, this is only a reflection of how they prioritize particular attributes in their artists. Michael Bublé and Kelsea Ballerini, bringing fresh perspectives to the table and offering balanced decisions. Kelsea Ballerini and Michael Bublé, who are relatively new additions to the coaching panel for The Voice, provide a new and exciting aspect to the coaching strategies. As a result of her down-to-earth country pop atmosphere, Kelsea has a tendency to connect closely with contestants, frequently bonding to them on a personal level. As a result of his slick, big band approach, Michael possesses the ability to recognize undeveloped talent and direct it with pinpoint accuracy. Both of the coaches appear to take a balanced approach to making selections, despite the fact that they each provide distinctive insights into the vocal qualities of their respective participants. The method that Michael employed, for example, was less concerned with favoritism and more concerned with the art of performance itself. It was common for him to emphasize the correlation between a contestant's technical ability and their emotional connection to the song, and he would make his selections based on a mix of the two attributes. Kelsey, on the other hand, kept her cool but wasn't afraid to speak her mind about her preferences for applicants who could bring a blend of sincerity and technical competence to the table. Does one have a favoritism? Does Adam Levine, along with the other coaches, have any preferences when it comes to the battle rounds? There is a lot of more to it. Despite the fact that it could appear that certain coaches have a stronger emotional connection to their competitors, it is essential to keep in mind that this emotional connection is frequently something that they used as part of their strategy. On The Voice, coaches are tasked with striking a balance between the personal development and potential of their teams and the harsh reality of competition. It is possible that such difficult decisions will contain bias at times. Yet, at its core, it is about making decisions that will ensure success in the long run or in the short term. Ultimately, the thrilling nature of the voice competition can be attributed to the distinctive approach that each coach takes, their capacity to adjust to changing circumstances, and their instincts. Each of the coaches contributes something unique to the table, whether it be the loyalty of Adam, the calculating decisions of John, or the fresh viewpoints of Michael and Kelsey. However, in the end, the most important thing is how well each competitor is able to present themselves in the limelight that has been placed on them. As for the most popular ones, the game of The Voice is a game of strategy, emotion, and a little bit of gut feeling. Perhaps this is just one of the many reasons why it is so magical.